Hi y'all, howdy and hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Mercy and you've clearly come here for some fictitious tea. As you obviously saw from the title card, today I'm reviewing the YA novel After by Todd. It's the first in a quintet or a pentralogy, as I like to call it. As the cool kids say. No, nobody says that. The second book is We Collided, Then We Fell, before closing out the lineup. Now that I told you something a quick Google search could have figured out, let's get into the review. This novel is about a girl called Tessa Young who is entering her freshman year of college. Oh, the glory days. Just kidding, I actually had a terrible time my freshman year of college. I digress. That's not the point, we're not talking about me. She has a noob of a boyfriend called Noah Parker. Total twat, and an overprotective mother. After the journey to the campus with her boring boyfriend Noah and her chauffeur, mother, filled with passive-aggressive commentary, they finally get to meet Tessa's new roommate. Steph Jones is a punk rock chick. Her fashion choices and abundance of piercings has a bifold effect. Double effect? Whatever. It shocks Carol and it intrigues Tessa. Upon immediately judging a book by its cover, Tessa is successful in getting her mother not to switch her roommate assignment, which, I don't know about you guys, but the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, is not always true. I do it all the time. I looked at this book and I said, that's gonna be trash. And guess what? I was right. After the excitement of moving in, Tessa goes to take a shower and returns to find your typical tall, dark, brooding, clearly damaged, but I have an accent so it's gonna be ignored, type boy sitting on the bed. Assuming that the stranger is Steph's boyfriend and considering her state of undress, she kindly asks him to leave. After some commentary about how she shouldn't flatter herself, they get into some witty banter, which ignites what I like to call the chase. The remainder of the novel is Tess trying not to prove that she's this goody two-shoes that everybody thinks she is, Hardin's harlot ex fleeing Molly, playing on all of Tessa's insecurities, Tess unbeknowingly befriending Landon, who turns out to be Hardin's stepbrother, and Hardin demonstrating a plethora of damage due to some daddy issues that you just quite can't get over. Now you may be thinking, Mercy, what's wrong with this story? It's your typical teen novel. To which my answer is wrong. This story is problematic, okay? There's so much wrong here. Let's start with Carol, Bear, as I like to call her. Carol wants to be a good mother, but her overprotective ways combined with her petty and childish remarks makes her feel demeaned and discouraged, therefore putting a strain on their already stressed relationship. Now, I won't get too controversial with this one. All I'll say is that mother-daughter relationships can get pretty complicated, especially during the baby adult days. But if you can get through that, there's no better friend than your mother, Noah. My first dog was called Noah. That's about where my like for this character ends. First of all, be it a boy or a girl, it's a bad idea to continue a relationship when one of the people is leaving high school to go into college. High school and college are two separate worlds, and when somebody inevitably becomes distant, it'll be a long drawn out breakup. Lastly, on the topic of Noah, you don't need a significant other to boss you around. That's what your parents are for. Molly's sexual promiscuity is not the problem. It's her lack of self-control and willingness to bring harm to others, be it emotional or physical, out of jealousy. Tip: desperate is not a look. If a dude or dudette isn't into you, that's their problem. But if you are going to engage in a casual entanglement, then clear lines should be drawn so as to minimize the chance of somebody getting their feelings hurt when it inevitably fizzes out, because it will. Molly's a terrible human. That's why I don't have any friends. Steph sucks. She's supposed to be Tessa's friend. Friends look out for you and stick up for you when you're not around. Not because you can't do it yourself, but because they're supposed to be the ones that care about you the most. If you're not there to stand up for you, who else is going to do it? Right from the beginning, she offers to take Tess under her wings, but then does next to nothing after this bet is made. Her warnings were weak. Remember, staying or doing nothing is the same as participating. Let's talk about Hardin. Hardin is a super boy. He's so toxic right from the beginning, right from the start. He is so problematic, and Tess just skips around like, oh my god, Hardin, you're so hot. All willy-nilly pining after this trash can. He takes his anger at his father, somewhat justified, out on his stepbrother, his stepmother's house, and he verbally abuses everybody around him. Not to mention he plays mind games with Tessa like it's his day job. On top of going out of his way to irritate her by calling her Teresa, or in the movie adaptation, Teresa. There's no Z. Cut that out. Now, I get it why Hardin is so angry from the other books. But that being said, he's always been trash. You have to realize that at some point, you become too old to continuously blame your bad behavior on whatever way your parents messed you up when you were younger, because we all have issues. Except for me, ain't perfect. Tessa. I get it. I understand. You're learning to navigate adulthood and you want to prove something to your parent. You want to prove something to your mother and your weird overgrown toddler boyfriend and your problematic future boyfriend slash also will probably be the reason you end up in therapy until you're 30. And the little trollop down the street who was messing with your damaged goods, who was jealous that a goody two-shoes like you could possibly catch his attention. But she's doing a terrible job. Don't get cut off for a boy or a girl. Your future and your education... Clearly I went to school. Your future and your education are so much more important than that. Hardin literally admits every 5 seconds that he is a waste, and she just soaks it up like a sponge. Damaged boys that are physically, mentally, emotionally, and or spiritually abusive are not a good look. I really need that to stop being romanticized in these young adult novels. And also, last note on Tess, it's never cute to get so obsessed with somebody that you ditch your friends. Saving the best for last. Landon. Perfection. Everyone knows that. He is the epitome of a good friend. Always there to help Tessa pick up the pieces that Hardin shatters, literally and figuratively. Deals with Hardin's bullying with extreme grace, and is the only one with a good head on his shoulders and common sense. Utter perfection. 1. Do not go to college with a significant other. The reason I'm saying not to go off to college with a significant other is because, like I mentioned before, there's the high school aspect. High school and college are two different. If you're in high school, you've got the same things going on. You're on a schedule. When you go to college, everything's new, everything's changing, you're meeting new people, and you should leave yourself open to the opportunities that provide themselves in college. New clubs, meet new people, try different things, learn more about other people's cultures. I just don't think that you should go into the wide world of college with all these new, fresh experiences, not being able to participate in a lot of them. 2, if someone tells you who they are, believe them. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard this, but it has never been more true to me than when I read this book. Hardin literally tells Tessa that he's no good all the time, and she ignores him. You can't fix people, okay? A lot of girls go into relationships thinking, oh, well, it's fine because I can make him better, I can help him, which is probably true. You probably have made whoever it is, girl or guy, better in some way, but you cannot fix them. Along with the fact that you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped, and you can only get help when you accept that there's a problem. So all that together means believe somebody when they tell you who they are, especially if they're self-aware like Hardin. 3, avoid toxic relationships. If someone is trying to control you or your decisions, that is a big red flag. Nobody should ever think that they have the authority to tell you how you should behave, to tell you what you should do with your body. An even bigger red flag would be if they're trying to isolate you. If you can only have that person as a friend, or you can't go out with those people because they don't like them, that's not good, and you need to run away immediately as fast as your little feet can carry. You need to go. You need to get gone. Lastly, number 4, don't ditch your friend. They were there for you before the relationship, and if you don't suck, they'll be there out. Boyfriends and girlfriends are great, but they should never be your main focus. Get a hobby. Do I have a psych degree? Yes. Does that mean anything? To that effect, I will leave you with this quote from my college professor. The only thing a psychology degree is good for is asking, would you like fries with that? Through a drive-through window. Also, the movie adaptation was total garbage. Thank you guys for watching this. Please leave your comments on your thoughts about this book if you've read it in the comment section down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.